Well, no, they said, stop, let me get my camera. And let me tell you, I knew it was Keith because I didn't know, but there's some guy walking in there, talking, he's doing this all over the place. I said, you must be Keith. He said, yes, I am. So with that, Keith Kalfas, he's up there setting it up. And by the way, when you talk to him, he's constantly fiddling with his phone. He's like organizing, and he's taping, and he's filming, and he's editing, right? He goes, no, go ahead, I'm not being rude, I'm just editing something right now. So with that, I'd like to introduce Keith Kalfas. Hey! I like the guy that starts applause. That's a terrible joke when you guys laugh much more right now.
Check.
There you go, brother.
Thank you very much. 1 second while I set up my cameras. So I'm actually practicing what I'll be preaching right now, is saying, you know, how could I have a time machine or something that could pull a lever so I can duplicate myself? If you've ever been frustrated in your business saying, I wish I had a cloning machine, well, I believe that I've found a way to do it on video, because you could create a video, let me turn this on, that somebody could watch years in the future and get the same amount of value as you intended when you created it. And it happens on autopilot. Okay, pressing record. 1 second. All right, here we go. So 3.5 years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel so I could film my business for two specific reasons. One was to help guys get out of dead-end jobs and start their own landscaping business, because that's what I do. And the journey for me was a living hell, so I started documenting it. And then number two, the second reason, was because I wanted to find a way that I could sell to my customers, because I was learning that I was getting very frustrated when I had to keep repeating the same thing to a customer over and over again. We do landscaping and window cleaning in Metro Detroit, Michigan. But when a customer on the phone would ask me, you know, we're going inside of their homes, how do you clean the windows? What is the process? Well, I started filming videos on my job sites and actually walking them through the process as if I were talking to a customer, but into the camera, and then I would email that link to the customer over the phone. Oh, one moment, I'll email you the link. Now I get their email address too, right? Then they would watch the video, and then they would get to know me through the video, and then they would see the process that we do, and it would develop a sense of trust that other companies weren't doing, and I was selling and closing jobs just by doing that. So I started implementing that as well into my landscaping business by walking around a property and telling a story to a customer saying, you know, we're here. Hi, I'm Keith Kalfas with Kalfas Landscaping in Shelby Township, Michigan. We're right here in your backyard. We're your local service provider. And today, I'm going to be walking around a property that we're remodeling and revamping this entire property. So walk with me, and I'm going to tell you a story of how this property was completely destroyed, or everything was overgrown, and the homeowners were frustrated, and they were looking for a solution, and here we are right now. So I would tell a little bit about my business while integrating a story and being very passionate about it at the same exact time. If you're very passionate about what you're doing, you're transferring a feeling, just like in selling or in sales. Well, when you do that on video and you're looking into the camera lens, sorry, can you see me clearly? When you're looking into the camera lens as though you're looking into the eyes of your customer, they feel like you're actually paying attention and listening to them. There's something called the squinch. It's in acting. I study acting skills, speaking, vocal stuff, because it makes you more powerful on video. There's muscles right underneath your eyes. And if you squinch them, without squinting, try to flex the muscles underneath your eyes, just very gently so that your bottom eyelids raise up. Do it right now. So when you do that and you're communicating with somebody, they feel like you're actually looking into their eyes and listening to them, versus like just talking like this, right? So if you're creating a video like I'm talking about and you're looking into a camera, there's mostly a disconnect because you're not communicating with a human being, you're communicating with a camera or a piece of technology. It's very weird. There's a disconnect for you as well. Well, if you can find a way to bridge that gap and close that disconnect and really actually believe when you're walking around on a property communicating that you're actually talking to your customer, not an entire audience of people, but to one specific customer who's looking on their cell phone. And you're communicating from the heart authentically and showing your passion, they will buy in. There's something called a beta state in consciousness. That's storytelling, going all the way back to biblical days. People would tell stories on hieroglyphs, People would write on caves. And the power of story shuts down the critical mind and actually invokes an imaginary state. So beta consciousness. What that does is it allows somebody to bypass the critical mind and go into a relaxation. Oh, it's story time now. So now you can actually sneak the vitamins in with the ice cream, and you can transfer not only a feeling, but a very powerful message with a call to action inside of this video that will now inspire that customer, motivate them, build trust through authenticity, and maybe even a sense of reciprocity, because you've created so much educational value for them in the process. The only next natural step would be for them to go to your website or maybe call you, right? So in this video presentation, first I want to introduce myself. If those of you who don't know me, my name is Keith Kalfas, founder of the Landscaping Employee Trap YouTube channel. I get about 500,000 views a month online throughout all my different social media outlets. I'm absolutely insane. Like Steve said, I have 19 email addresses, 8 YouTube channels, and a couple businesses. But it started out with me 3.5 years ago looking on YouTube and seeing all these YouTubers, all these channels, all these videos, scrolling through and becoming completely drained of energy and self-confidence. I felt like this thing is totally saturated. There's no way that I could possibly compete in this. There's already a million people doing it. There's no way. I even get on the friend with a buddy who is a marketing expert, and I say, dude, I want to do this YouTube thing so bad, but I'm just nervous that I'll be wasting my time. What if I invest all this time and energy into making all these videos and I don't get a return on investment, right? I'm on job sites, I have to work. I've got employees that I have to manage. The phone is ringing with customers. Every minute that I pick up the camera and I'm videotaping or uploading or editing a video, what if this is a big waste of time? He actually said back to me, he goes, it is very saturated and it's getting more and more saturated every minute that we speak. And I'm like, I'm late. There's no way that I can do this. This is going to take, I should have done this 10 years ago, right? Well, I was actually wrong because everybody else was thinking the same thing. If I was thinking that, what if everybody else was too? So if you got a pen and paper, I'd like you to take notes when I tell you, write these resources down. I'll be filling your brain with a ton of resources. And I would really encourage you to just check them out briefly and absorb them as you can into the future. I got a hold of a marketing mastery summit by a guy named Eben Pagan. It's called Get Altitude. And I started learning the things and tools and tips and techniques, but more importantly, the marketing psychology of how to do this to get people to watch the videos, to get people to watch them all the way to the end, to increase viewer engagement so they feel compelled to actually take an action. How do you do that? How do you get traffic? And in the trainings, and what I'll be teaching right now, is that it's more so about the way of being and your way of communicating, right? You could be the best person in the world at uploading videos and marketing your business and putting out all types of marketing information, whether it be in print media, advertising, or online, or doing search engine optimization. But if what you're doing isn't compelling to people and it doesn't build what I'm talking about, then you're really just kind of throwing mud at the wall and none of it is sticking. So what we're doing now is honing in and narrowing down and finding out, let's not throw all this mud at the wall. Let's do the things that specifically work, the tactical, strategical things that are tried and true and are proven, just like Stan talks about, that actually work. So in this marketing summit, I learned, and I want you guys to do this as well, to go literally look in the mirror and say, I will be the #1 name synonymous with my service in my entire city, and believe that fully. So I did that, and then 2 years later it happened, and now if you type in like landscaping on YouTube, I'm the #1 search result in the world, right? So I also have YouTube channels for my business as well, for window cleaning, for landscaping, and I speak into the camera. I say, hi, this is Keith with Kalfas Landscaping in Shelby Township, Michigan. Like Stan taught, he actually, some of the things in my presentation he already covered, so that's really cool, so it'll allow me to dive into different things. But if you're putting the name of your business and your state and your city inside of the tags and titles and descriptions of your YouTube videos, and then more importantly, uploading those into a blog. Write down www.wordpress.org. And then underneath that, there's an amazing book it's an audio book. I like to listen to audiobooks while I work, by R.L. Adams. It's called SEO 2016. More importantly than just, trying to be found on YouTube by people, how do you intentionally take these videos and insert them right in front of your customers? How do you upload them and use local search engine optimization strategies so that they will be found easily right in your local target demographic? That, I believe, is by using something called blogging. In the book SEO 2016, by creating well-worded 1,000-word plus blog post articles that you're telling a story and you're writing articles about your business and carving yourself out as a trusted expert authority and embedding this into a blog post on WordPress or Tumblr. Write down Tumblr, T-U-M-B-L-R. And you only have to do this maybe once a month. And I'm going to try to put this on a beginner level because I don't want to overwhelm you with way too much information and make you feel overwhelmed. But if you take your YouTube video that Stan and I have been talking about and you actually insert and embed that into your blog post, and into a video newsletter, collect all your customers' email addresses, write this down to www.mailchimp.com. There's several CRMs, there's several email platforms where you can collect customers' email addresses. Then you can start to create these videos that I'm talking about and actually serve them in front of your customers directly or indirectly. One way is by Facebook ads. Does anybody here have experience with Facebook ads at all? Anybody aside from using just the boost post? Okay, cool. Write this down. Facebook ads blueprint. Or business for Facebook, you don't have to write that down. There's free marketing sessions inside of Facebook where you can actually take an entire courses on becoming certified and specializing in ads. So if you create one of these videos that I'm talking about, it doesn't even have to be uploaded to YouTube right away. You can upload this video and directly put it inside of Facebook and serve it up in an ad to your local audience. And then if they see it right directly on Facebook, I'm trying to figure out how to not go too deep here. You can literally take your email list and upload it to Facebook and create a lookalike audience and specifically target people in a certain socioeconomic strata, in a certain income range, like right there where you're trying to market. You can serve up Facebook videos to people that show you saying, I'm Joe with Joe's Ponds. Right here in this video, we're building this beautiful pond, and look at these beautiful boulders we installed. I don't know a lot about ponds, but look at these koi fish, and learn more. Click the link in the description below, right on the Facebook video, and then it will take them directly to your local website where the video will continue, and then they can get more information to get a free quote or a free estimate. Does this make sense? Okay, so using things like that, what other businesses are using video like that are actually creating that sales process and that communication and education strategy directly to the customer? A beta test that I'll be implementing here over the next couple weeks. So this is not theory, I've not actually done it. I have sold through video and I've closed jobs and I've educated my customers, but I'll be implementing a sequential beta test that actually sends out an autoresponder to my customers that says hello and introduces us, our services to them. Then when we leave the property, it sends out an automatic response email with an embedded video that they can click on, and then it says, thank you very much for your services. We appreciate you. We're your local service provider. And our business survives and thrives off of positive reviews on Yelp, Google, or Facebook. Please click the link in the description below to leave us a positive review. We would greatly appreciate it. So that's another way to get positive reviews on Google. I ask every single customer in my business when they call, I say, and what website did you learn about our services? And a lot of them say Google because we have a lot of positive reviews. What if you could use video to do that on autopilot? It just happens all the time, right? And then another video in the future that will actually follow up with them and ask them for referrals. So if you write down the landscaping employee trap, I will be putting videos out about this in the future, and I'm putting together something on the side, a course about marketing that I'm going to be showing the results of this test. Because I believe as we go more and more to the future into 2020, this is going to be, it's not going to get saturated because there's always people that resist this, but the more that it goes, the more and more people will be doing it, and they'll be dominating in search engine optimization. The people that are blogging, the people that are actually becoming experts and authorities in their business, they're the people that are going to dominate the first page of Google while everybody else is falling off and wondering why they're not getting noticed. Stan mentioned that he gets paid to market his business. He really does. We get paid from AdSense by Google and things like that because we get so many views. But an amazing thing is these customers are actually finding this. I have an entire video channel. We do tree service, and it's private. I don't show it to my big audience of hundreds of thousands of viewers. It's private specifically just for me and my comrades, that it's me walking around every single property I quote. I let the customer know, hey, I'm going to just take a quick video for my own personal references. We do have, on a quick disclaimer, we build a media release form directly into our contracts that the customer can read, that myself and my publishing business, the customer releases, gives us the permission to film on their property. Therefore, you don't get slapped with a cease and desist or somebody trying to sue you. If you do shoot video on somebody's property, say they're an attorney, they're a lawyer, they're private people, and they see a video, even if it has 300 views, they could get extremely pissed off, and all of a sudden you're getting a call from an attorney or somebody threatening to sue you. I have had one person just totally freak out on me and threaten to sue me, and we just took the video down and fixed it. It wasn't a big deal. It's a case-by-case basis. So if you're worried about legal things like that, what Google Maps can see as of right now, as long as you're in the front yard, it's fine. If you're crossing the fence or going into the backyard filming, I would keep it specifically directly on what you're filming, like the rocks, the ponds, the project at hand. Don't show any license plates. Don't show any street signs that are crossing, or any way that the person's personal information could be shown. Because even if there's a street sign in the video, anybody can look up those cross streets on Google Maps and look, and that's a threat, and it's also very unprofessional to show that stuff. So that's just some tips right here. But moving forward into this presentation, does anybody have any questions before I move forward? Sure? Any questions? Is anybody here learning something? Yeah. Raise your hand if you're learning something. Okay, thank you very much. Yes?
Is it important, you talk about, or everyone talks about tagging and descriptions, is it important to also talk about like the city in the actual video?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can you say the question again so we can...
She asked, tags, titles, and descriptions. Is it important to say it in the actual video, what you would put in the tag or the title or the description, such as the zip code in the city? Absolutely yes, because if you're speaking specifically to your local target demographic and you're saying words like, I live in Shelby Township, I say right here in Shelby Township, Michigan, and that way the person that I'm targeting, they go, oh, okay, because I ask customers and they want to support local businesses. So if I'm saying it directly in the video, then when they see that video, that's going to encourage them to make the call. And then,
And I guess that's just harder if people, like, I live in Philadelphia. We have 40 towns at least outside Philadelphia that I could tag all of them that we work in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just pick Philadelphia? Or do you try, separate videos and get as many different towns as you can?
Mm-hmm. So I would draw, just like in standard marketing, a radius, and pick the wealthiest zip codes, or the people that are most likely to buy from you, and then don't put the zip codes or cities or areas of people that you don't want to buy from you. If you're reverse engineering your customer avatar, does anybody know what a customer avatar is? It's pulling data and researching, and Facebook does this now insanely. It's actually evil. They take 140 different data points about your customer, from what they're thinking, what they're buying, how much they make, where do they live, what are their buying habits, and what do they look up online. And it tracks them. This is really, really deep. But it tracks them and it pulls all these data points and it builds this perfect customer. So when you're serving up advertisements on Google ads or YouTube ads or on Facebook ads, you can target so specific now that it's almost spooky. So The people that know this stuff and they're implementing it and hearing into the future, they're going to literally drop their marketing and advertising costs a lot lower versus just broadcast marketing, hoping the phone will ring. Now you're specifically targeting exactly who you want and carving out and cutting all the other fat. So, okay, moving forward in the customer avatar, what I'm talking about, your audience is extremely important. Who is your audience? Who are you talking to? I want you to imagine the best customer that you've served and that you've taken care of in your business. The one that didn't give you any crap. The one that you were able to get the type of money that you were happy doing the job and the process was really easy. Think about those top 3 or 4 or 5 customers. And not only think about it, not right now, but maybe you could even write down all the different points about those people that you liked, that you just vibed with, and then write on the other side the people that you can't stand. How could you cut those people completely out of your business and stop doing business with them altogether? So right there, that data right there is extremely important because now you're building a customer avatar. That is the person. Joe makes $300,000 a year. He has a master's degree. He's an attorney. And he's married with 2.5 kids. His wife drives a Lexus, he drives a BMW, and they live in this zip code. When you think of all those things and they're in your brain, when you look into the camera, you're actually talking to Joe and conducting yourself and your presence, the way you conduct everything about your body language. You're actually talking to Joe as if you were walking around the property with him, face to face, but now you're just doing it on camera. You're just transferring that to video. So when that customer watches that, they'll be more inclined to feel a connection to you like the snap of a finger. Does it make sense? Okay, so I've gone into psychology. The communication is extremely important. There's an amazing book I want you to look up by Robert Cialdini, Chaldini, and it's called Influence. This book is maybe $12 to $15 on audible.com, or you can get it on Kindle. This book changed my life. It blew my mind, and I will read it again and again. They give all types of tips and stories about reciprocity and triggering things inside of the brain, going all the way back to the reptilian brain, of what makes people think the way they think, what makes them feel the way they feel, what makes them open up, what makes them want to, if you give if a waitress at a restaurant gives a couple extra mints to a customer when she is ringing up with them or giving them their bill, just a couple extra mints will make their tip. The tip will go up like 10% higher just because of that, because it triggers something. People feel that they want to, the law of reciprocity, right? So when you're educating your customers passionately and you're giving them all types of information, like here's a great blog post article. 3 mistakes homeowners make when hiring a landscaping contractor or a pond or water feature contractor. If you say that, oh, there's mistakes that homeowners make, what if a homeowner is watching this and they're like, well, I want to know what these mistakes are. They could be very costly mistakes. And if you write a blog post article about that and educate the customer on that, or do it in the form of a video, then now you've just saved this customer a lot of hassle and heartache and money. Doing all these things inside a video is very important, and now they're more inclined to call you. I want to draw something called the awareness scale. How much time do I have?
15.
15 minutes?
Yep.
Perfect. This is very important, also something that I learned.
What was the name of that book again? Thank you.
So I'm now studying copywriting and persuasion. If you could read a small book or take a
Contractor roofing hat on and invited him here. And right when Keith was talking right now, I just came up with an idea and I want to share with you. Okay? This video, this storytelling that Stan and Keith are talking about, I think let people behind the curtain of what we do. Does that make sense? All right? Like, what happens behind there? And I just thought of a video series for William right now called What Happens Up Here. Because you're up on the roof and the homeowner can't see what's going on. Imagine if you grab that video camera and today or this week on What Happens Up Here. Okay, so I'm now asking Keith and Stan, the YouTube guys, Good idea, bad idea, how does William apply it, and how can you guys apply something like that to let people into our world? That's my ADD moment for the day. Thank you.
I thought it was great. One quick thing when you're doing videos and you get deeper into it, there's something called a NLP pattern interrupt, neuro-linguistic programming. You can develop a sense of mastery with this, that as soon as you start talking on video, people are locked in and they can't stop watching. They feel like you're reading their mind, and they're like, they'll do whatever you say. It can become something that people can use for evil. I don't know how I use that, because the more I study this stuff is the more I learn that you can use it for good or bad. So if your heart and your intentions are in the right place, it's extremely powerful, and you can rise above the noise than a lot of other people faster by being aware of this type of stuff. So there's something called a pattern interrupt. In the beginning of my videos, Stan does it too. Do something that's like kind of extreme, or something noisy, or go right to the water rushing on the fish and go like, what's going on? Something that, because when they're scrolling on the internet, or if they're looking on Google, or they're looking for a service, or maybe there's your blog post pops up on the first or second page of Google about 3 tips for hiring a landscape contractor in Illinois, or something like that, and then they look and they see your blog post, there's a video, and then you're instantly right there, bam, you're right there, and you are completely engaged. You're not just like this. You're completely engaged with them, and you're present in that moment. Then they're present. So they have a pattern interrupt, and now they're going to stay in attention. You know, within 7 seconds or something, if you don't have somebody, they're gone forever, and they're probably never going to come back and click on your site. So think about that. Vocal tones, raising and lowering your voice, not being. Here's another great book. It's called Personality Plus by Florence Latour. There's choleric, sanguine, phlegmatic, and melancholy. Yeah. So a phlegmatic personality is very calm and laid back and go with the flow, and everybody loves them, right? The sanguine is like really, really bubbly. The choleric is just like extreme, like Stan is definitely a choleric. When he talks, I mean, he demands your respect and your attention. So something that's a little more upbeat that grabs their attention. Using that, and maybe watching a couple videos on YouTube about acting skills, those type of things will get into your subconscious mind, and they'll start to come out in the videos and just make you better when you're selling on video, okay? Mixed signals and cliffhangers, taking their minds and stories on a journey. When I say mixed signals, like and cliffhangers, give somebody a hint, or be like, oh, and if you watch all the way to the end, I'm going to show you this. Or give them a sense that they want to watch the video all the way through, because you're going to show them something special about the koi fish, the Japanese koi fish at the end of the video. So start the video with the koi fish. And hint that to them so they'll feel more compelled to watch it. Rotating your content. There's different modalities of delivering the content. I want you to be consistent. Each video has its own topic or theme, and be consistent and stay on that topic. I used to make this huge mistake, and people would be like, dude, you're ADD just like me. But it was really, really bad. I would talk about this, and then I'm talking about this, and then I'm talking about this, and it got to the point where I was really insecure and I wanted to take the videos down, and I didn't. So don't take your videos down unless they're really, really bad, but leave the video up. But start to focus on these type of things that I'm talking about so you can stay on topic. If you have a different topic pops in your head, get back on subject and save that for a new video. Maybe jot it down in a notepad or something like that, and then you'll begin to learn that you have content just flowing through infinitum once you get that well pumped. All right, wrapping up here. I covered a lot of this. There's an amazing book by Ryan Levesque called The Ask Method. Very, very powerful for marketing. You can find out exactly what your customers want. You can find out everything you need to know just by asking. You can ask on the internet through surveys. You can ask customers to leave positive reviews, read the reviews, and take all that information in and then use it and adopt it to implement better. 1 second. And most importantly, I wanted to say, and I'm glad that Stan covered all the other stuff because I'm running out of time, is taking your videos and uploading them directly into your blogs and putting them inside of email sequences and saving the video links or knowing your channel and making a video about each question a customer asks, so now you can send them that video in a text message. So you can send them the video in their email and then they can watch it and learn right there on the spot. It's extremely valuable and I believe it's totally worth your time. And as we figure out what better and better ways to do this into our businesses and put it into our CRMs like Infusionsoft, our customer relationship, it's right in my ear and it's echoing. Our customer relationship management software programs, if we could find a way to put video in there to sell better and more clearly communicate, then we just freed ourselves up from a whole bunch of time. I've developed a whole internet business where now I'm making thousands of dollars a month on autopilot. This just keeps popping into my phone because I have hundreds of videos that are selling for me, and now I'm putting together video courses on how to do all this stuff, and people are buying it and I'm not doing anything. They're just watching all the videos and it's structured into a sequence. So it's been a huge blessing, and I see this actually happening in my own life, and I see it happen in my business. So I'm here to really testify to you today that this is well worth your time. And if you do it and you commit to it and you make at least one video a week and just keep uploading that thing and doing what I'm saying, you will see, just like Stan has seen, that people are calling. Like my whole video, my YouTube channel with all the quotes, there's literally people that call me and say, hey, I was watching your video and you were quoting and you seemed like you knew what you were talking about. Can I have I'm looking for an estimate. I'm like, well, that's cool. I say, well, how did you find it? Oh, we were just looking around on Google. We were looking around on YouTube. So it's one more powerful lead source that has a lot of shelf life that can help you duplicate and replicate your message to your customers. And we're all good here on this lunch break. I want you to make a video, or sometime when we're here today, make a video, upload it to YouTube, and get the process going so you can sell more with video. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to be doing a couple things here in a minute.
So, yeah, we are at the Contractor Sales Academy event in Springwood, Colorado. I'm learning so much here right now. Like, it's confirming so many things. This is absolutely life-changing for a contractor who wants to take their business to the next level. We are live at the CSA event, Contractor Sales Academy. It's a huge honor to be here with Steve Schinholzer and Tom Reber. Tell us a little bit about the event and what's happening today in this life-changing experience.
So we're in Colorado Springs, and it's our Mountaintop Mastermind Marketing Group with the Contractor Sales Academy. And the reason we're doing this is to help contractors to get the phone to ring more, connect more with their ideal clients, close more deals, and eventually put more profit in their pocket.
You are not alone. And we brought in a lot of people like Keith to help us out here to know that we're all in this boat together. We're all trying to have one life, one great life, and we all come together for the same freaking purpose, and that's get our phone to ring. And once we get the phone to ring, we know exactly what to do with it. So Keith, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you showing up.
Thanks for bringing the heat.